Hey everybody, it's Amanda. Happy Saturday morning. I am back with yet another ceramic egg cooker demo. I do now have my handy dandy microphone that David hooked up for me since he is back from work, thank goodness. So hopefully the sound issues will be much better, and I've tried to align the laptop, so hopefully we won't have too much of that bad lighting issue too. So anyway, we're gonna get started. This recipe is pretty simple. This is gonna be the ceramic egg cooker oatmeal with banana. But then there's also a bunch of other add-ins and mix-ins and ways you can make this your own. I'm not an oatmeal breakfast person, but we're gonna give this a try and see how it turns out. So with all these different mix-in options, I think I could be converted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start, because this is our one with the banana, it calls for one large banana, or actually half of a large banana. I don't know that I necessarily consider this a large banana, but we are going to go ahead and do probably about half, because it seems like an awful lot. I'm just going to chop it up a little bit, a couple more times, just to help. But what we're going to use to mash that is our mix and masher. So I know that our mix and chop gets a lot of, the notoriety. But the mix and masher is also great for not only this application, mashing bananas, like for banana bread, but also for mashing up your avocados for guacamole. So if that's not in your kitchen, and those are things that you make quite often, then that's something you might want to look into. But we're gonna go ahead and mash up this banana. It's a good job. You're just gonna want to, shake it out. Obviously, the banana is gonna want to get stuck there in the, little tines of the masher. But mash it up. It's pretty good. You can see there that mashed up that banana pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead now and add the rest of our ingredients. So besides the mix and masher, I am using my Pampered Chef coated utility knife, which I think I've shown you before, but it does come with this nice guard to keep it really safe for little hands. So we use that to chop up our banana, our mix and masher, of course the egg cooker, and then I'm gonna use our measure-all to measure all of our ingredients. So liquid and solid ingredients will be measured using that. So, and this is specifically designed to measure both. So you can see here with the blue arrow, that's going to point towards your liquid measure side. So it's kind of, a cup, a hollow cup on the inside. And it also has this pour spout here to pour your ingredients. The solid measure side is going to be the red, so the arrow pointing up, and you can see this is the bottom of that cup, and that actually pushes down, so then you can make it for whatever measure you need, and then you would put your solid ingredients there in the top. So it's a really nice tool. It saves a lot of time, very multi-purpose. I usually just use one measure cup for every recipe. And that's it. So what we're going to do is measure out about a half a cup of milk, or if you had some sort of lactose intolerance or on a special diet, you could use non-dairy milk. But I'm just using fat-free skim milk this morning. So we're going to add that into our egg cooker, and then we are going to use a half a cup of oats. So measure down to half a cup. So I'm just going to fill that up to the top with our quick cook oats here. Just pour those in. I also know that the overnight Steel Cut Oats are real popular, and so I think that this would work for that application as well in the fridge. I've not yet tried it. Like I said, I'm not the biggest oatmeal person, but you know, I think that probably would work for this as well. I actually think there are some recipes out there on Pampered Chef for that. So we've got our oats. We're gonna add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. That's just a good pinch. I use kosher salt, so I'm just gonna kind of grate it up a little bit there in my finger as I'm adding it in. But it's 1/8 of a teaspoon. You could certainly measure it out if you wanted. Okay, so that's the basic recipe, and I'm using my mini skinny scraper for this, which is perfect for the ceramic egg cooker. It fits just in there perfectly. So I'm gonna mix all of those together. So that's our half a banana smashed up, half a cup of milk or non-dairy milk. If you almond milk would be good, like vanilla almond milk could make it a little sweeter. And actually would add some extra protein in there, or you know, really any other kind of milk for whatever diet you were following would work for that as well. So that's half a cup of milk, half a cup quick cook oats, and then 1/8 a teaspoon of salt. And then here's where you could let your imagination just run wild with your mix-ins. So you could add some fresh blueberries. We have some dried cranberries that I had from another recipe I'd made earlier. And then I'd also pulled out some additional options. We have some mini chocolate chips that I had, which I think that's what I'm going to go with, and some peanut butter. I'm going to try that. But I also thought you could do like brown sugar. And there you see I have my handy twist stick clip. Perfect for brown sugar. This has been in there for, I don't know how long, but it's still soft, so no air has gotten in there. So that works out great for that. You could obviously add, you know, maple brown sugar. It's a classic oatmeal combo. I also thought like some cobbler filling, like blueberry, although you have the fresh blueberries, but peach or blackberry, or you know, any kind of cobbler filling would be great. I also, and this for my sister-in-law, I saw this morning. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Greg and Susan, but they had these Bailey's Irish cream chocolate chips. So I thought that would be good in there, the Irish cream, and that's kind of like coffee. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in. It doesn't really give you any measurements as far as like how much you should add for your mix-ins. So I'm just going to add in a little handful there of chocolate chips. And then I have all of these bags kind of together and with one big large twist stick clip in the pantry. That's why they're kind of open here. Then I'm also going to add some, and I like extra crunchy. My husband likes creamy, so it's like an ongoing battle. But since this is like individual serve, I can use crunchy. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there, or teaspoon, sorry, in there of extra crunchy peanut butter. So that might be interesting. That'll melt while it's cooking, so I'll have to restir. But so I'm going to stir my chocolate chips and my peanut butter. So peanut butter, chocolate chip, banana, oatmeal. Does not sound too bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to microwave this actually uncovered, so you're not going to need your lid that comes with your egg cooker for about 1.5 minutes. And then we're going to stir, and then we'll reevaluate and see if it needs a little more time. So give me a sec. Let me pop this in the microwave. All right. Oops, minute. Good grief. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I actually said 1.5 minutes, and I said that too. There we go. Okay, so now this banana, obviously, if you were gonna make another portion for another child or spouse, could be used for that. You could also freeze that, and that could be saved for, you know, either down the line or for making banana bread. It might turn a little bit as far as the color. You know, you can see the peel obviously turned a whole lot after we cut it. That's just the nature of bananas. But it'll still be good if you just put it in a freezer Ziploc bag or vacuum seal it. That'll be great. Or, you know, use it later on this evening, or, you know, heck, just eat it as a snack. It wasn't that big of a banana, so that's my excuse. So I got some bowls here, but actually just need the one. But this really could go, you know, really any way you wanted. You wouldn't even have to add the banana if that's not something that's your thing. You could just go with the oatmeal and then add whatever mix-ins you wanted. Oh, and there goes that lighting again. I can see maybe adding in some, it says the fresh blueberries. I know I tried a cake recipe yesterday with the fresh raspberries. They didn't turn out too well because they were too liquidy. And it does say, one of the suggestions is the dried cranberries. So I'm thinking maybe freeze-dried or dehydrated strawberries may be the way to go. Maybe rehydrate. Generally, when you think of like packaged oatmeal, they're like freeze-dried strawberries. So that may be something to look into. I think that's probably the way to go as far as adding strawberries or raspberries or anything really juicy to your oatmeal. So let me grab this because it's yelling at me. So I'm holding it by the silicone ring, and it's warm, not awfully hot. So I'm going to stir this up. That actually looks pretty good to me. That's hot, that's not warm. So I'm going to grab, excuse me, one of my oven mitts here. And that's not going to work either. I have such small hands, it's like really difficult for me to grab onto things sometimes. So this isn't going to work either. I apologize. I'm just going to scoop it in here. But so we can tough it out. So here you can see the oatmeal. That's a lot of oatmeal. Oh, wow. So that's a pretty hearty portion, I think, of oatmeal. It all pretty much came out of there. I mean, nothing's burnt on at all. If anything, is the chocolate and the peanut butter. So I would just suggest, especially if you're going to make another batch, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's steam coming off of this. This is warm. So go ahead and run some hot water in it right now while it's still warm. And so especially if you're making, you know, batch after batch for kiddos or spouse, you'll have your cooker ready. That'll just take really just a rub through with the scrub brush, and you'll be good to go. It'll be perfect as new. But like I said, that's a pretty big portion of oatmeal. I could even see maybe doing half of that for kids, and then with some fresh fruit or something in the morning would be good, especially coming up these cold fall days. Maybe save the chocolate chips and peanut butter for a Friday. Or something. But so I'm going to give this a try, and let's see. It's a little weird because I use the chunky peanut butter, so it like makes you think it's uncooked oats, but the oats are cooked perfectly. It's actually really good. I mean, it's good. It's chocolate, peanut butter, and banana, so you can't really go wrong with that. Still an oatmeal texture thing that I just have an issue with, but that worked out really great. I mean, it's cooked perfectly. And the thing I like about this is just that you're able to control what goes in it. You're not relying on a package of oatmeal from the store. It's also cheaper than buying those prepackaged items. I mean, all this stuff, other than these Bailey's chocolate chips, which I didn't even use, I already had in the pantry. I mean, maple syrup, brown sugar, you know, leftover bags of chocolate chips. Most of us had that. So, really anything that you want to add in, you know, would be appropriate. This one's good. This could even be like a dessert oatmeal. I don't know if that's a thing, but with the chocolate and the banana, it could definitely, and the peanut butter. You could do, I would say, go with the creamy peanut butter though. It has like a chicken satay kind of weirdness with the crunchy peanut butter, so that was a fail. But the thought was there. Thought was on. Maybe a little less peanut butter too, because it's really peanut buttery. But that was good, and that also does add some more protein. So if you were to use almond milk and some, you know, natural peanut butter, then maybe exclude the chocolate chips and just add the bananas, maybe some blueberries, or even just some fresh blueberries on the side with the other half of that banana. You're looking at a really healthy breakfast. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick little demo. My mom is coming into town, so I'm kind of put this together real quick. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm trying to get ready for her to come in, get everything perfect. So I'm going to give her her own little Pampered Chef party tonight, whether she likes it or not, with all of my new products that I've gotten since becoming a consultant. I'm so excited. But this recipe is out on the Pampered Chef website. So it's just going to be your oatmeal with banana is the name of this recipe. And so here it is written out for you. It's pretty easy. Like I said, it doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients, but then where your options come in are down here with your mix-ins. So, you know, really whatever, you know, you would desire there. And as always, just my personal information for you. Be more than happy to help you explore more about Pampered Chef, or help, you know, like I'm going to show my mom this egg cooker. She loves oatmeal. This thing would be perfect for her. She's newly widowed, so between single serve eggs, muffins, cakes, oatmeals, I think it really would be a great item for her to have in her kitchen. So I'm excited to share with her that and a couple of the other products I think that will really be helpful to her and her brand new lifestyle. So anyway, I hope you'll have a great Saturday, a great Labor Day weekend. If you have any plans or going out of town, please stay safe. And I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.